Y'all, you saw the title of my video. This is breaking news. It's just coming out. Oh my gosh, Elaine Brendehoft is out. Amber is done with her, and speculations are running rampant. And I have some thoughts about this too. What is happening between that? And then also apparently Amber is doxing and once again suing YouTubers. This story just gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and I'm kind of living for it. So we're gonna dive into all of it. And what does this mean that Elaine is out? There's a whole new team, and except they kept Rottenborn. So this is basically a slap in the face to Elaine. And is Elaine about to get sued? Oh my God. All right, guys, if you're new here, you're just seeing me. Hi, how are you? My name's Katie. On this channel, I cover all the trending topics and I laugh at how stupid it all is. And we have a lot of fun. So if you like stuff like this, make sure and subscribe with the notification bell. Also, guys, this was a day off for me. I had a whole different video planned. I had a sit and chill video plan, which is still coming. That'll come out tomorrow then. I was on my way to Walmart, hence why I'm not dressed up. I did quickly do my hair because it takes like 5 seconds to do my hair, but I'm like, seriously, this, and I have like my white shorts on, and look, I have my peach, what are they called? Sandals? I was ready to go to Walmart and get some steak. It's a steak day. I was not gonna film. I ended up having a huge, like I had to eat yesterday and had a huge carb day, and typically the day after is like a recovery day. So I'm gonna be a little bit out of it, but this is breaking. I was like, I have to talk about this. So let's just dive in. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what has happened. All right, guys, this is from Fox News, and it says, Amber Heard hires new law firm, trial lawyer. I knew this was going to happen with my mouth and my head. Trial lawyer, Elaine Brendehoft steps down. It says, Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp won a 6-week trial in Virginia against his ex-wife on June 1st. Let's get into it. Actress Amber Heard has parted ways with Elaine Brendehoft, her trial lawyer, in Depp versus Heard, a spokesperson announced Monday. Heard, 36, had hired First Amendment attorney David Axelrod and J. Ward Brown, who successfully represented the New York Times against a libel lawsuit brought by Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin from the great state of Alaska. I do a really good Sarah Palin, guys. Former Alaska governor and 2008 Republican vice presidential nominee. I can see your ash over on my house. I love Sarah. We welcome the opportunity to represent Ms. Heard in the appeal, as it is a case with important First Amendment implications for every American, says Axelrod and Brown in a joint statement. By the way, apparently they're a big law firm. They're pretty well known and they're pretty good. And it says, we're confident the appellate court will apply the law properly without deference. It's going to be one of those days, guys. Deference to popularity. Reverse the judgment against Ms. Heard and reaffirm the fundamental principles of freedom of speech. The statement continued, and it says, Ben Rottenborn, Brendehoft's co-counsel on the case, will continue to represent Heard in the appeal process. We're going to talk about that in a second. After an epic live-streamed court battle in Fairfax, Virginia, Johnny Depp, 59, won a $10.35 million judgment against the Aquaman actress. The jury found that she had defamed the Pirates of the Caribbean star in a 2018 op-ed by referring to herself as a domestic A-word victim. The panel also handed her a $2 million reward, finding in her favor on a single claim in her countersuit. But Depp was the clear victor in the courtroom and the sphere of public opinion. Both sides have said they plan to appeal the verdict, and they're all in the process. Brendehoft, an accomplished and respected trial attorney in Virginia, told Fox News Digital that it is standard practice to hire a new law firm for an appeal, and she said, we strongly recommended that here, and we have been assisting Ms. Heard in the process of interviewing and finding her counsel, said Brendehoft, who added that an appeal benefits from a fresh perspective and a new set of eyes. Brendehoft is also ready to move on from the Depp versus Heard case that has dominated her professional life in recent years. She says, I have a pretty heavy caseload, including a 6-week trial this fall, she said. My clients have been very patient, and I really need to get back to them. The legal saga began in 2016 when Heard filed restraining order against Depp, accusing him of bashing her in the face with a cell phone, allegations he has vehemently denied. And it says, 6 years on, the warring exes are still sparring in the court media, a feud that has lasted significantly longer than their 15-month marriage, which is absolutely true. Okay, guys, so there are several things to talk about with this. Hold on, is my lighting off? I think that it is. Okay, I told you this video is gonna be a little bit of a mess because I wasn't planning on filming, but oh well, y'all know your girl. Sometimes that happens. So let's talk though. Okay, so first of all, getting rid of Elaine. This is, a lot of people are saying this. They're like, isn't this a slap in the face? Well, okay, here are the two things with this. When it comes to an appeal, yes, to get a new team that's something that can be common. Here's the caveat though. She got rid of Brendehoft and kept Rottenborn. And that to me is where I think there's a slap in the face. And a lot of people are saying that move, it looks like there could be a possible lawsuit coming for Elaine. And considering she's been with Elaine for so long, people are speculating. And we're wondering, is it really that Elaine is stepping down? Is that really what's going on? Is this really Elaine wanting out? Because this was probably one of Elaine's biggest paychecks, let's be honest, right? And no disrespect to Elaine, she's a very accomplished lawyer, right? But we saw them just massively blunder that whole trial. Remember, we had several reports of, like, during and after the trial, people would see Elaine leaving the bathroom crying, which made a lot of people wonder, like, what is going on with Elaine? Or what is it like to have Amber Heard as a client? Now, obviously, I wasn't there. We don't know. But there is one particular statement. And I'm going to just read this off real quick from here. This is from a different article. This is like the actual press statement that came out. Brendehoft had said a couple things about this that I thought were interesting. So first of all, it says, when it comes to protecting the fundamental rights of freedom of speech, we look at the jury's decision, to paraphrase a famous quote, not as the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning. A different court warrants different representation, particularly as much as new evidence has now come to light. And that was a spokesperson for Heard that said that. Now, this is what Brendehoft said. This is the perfect time to pass the baton. I have pledged to Amber Heard and her appellate team my complete cooperation and assistance as they move forward on a path towards success. Now, there is a lawyer, I think it's CA_lawyer on Twitter, and he's really interesting, and he's put out some information that I'll dive into in another video. But basically, he was saying that right there is Elaine kind of admitting she is not happy with this decision because of how she worded this. Remember I used to do this with stimulus, guys, when I did stimulus and we talked about politics. You have to really read the words in between the lines, what people aren't saying, what people are saying. So let's read it again. This is the perfect time to pass the baton. I have pledged to Amber Heard and her appellate team my complete cooperation and assistance as they move forward on a path towards success. She says she's pledged her complete cooperation and assistance. Well, she's pledged it. Does she really want to give it? Is this really a given? Or is this a situation where she's being fired? Now, there are a few other things to think about that are really interesting. The media keeps wanting to paint anybody who doesn't like Amber or who sees what happened and says, I don't like that Amber lied. Anybody that is slightly against Amber is painting us as all these crazy Johnny Depp fans. And you know the sad thing is, it's not true. And I say this with love to Johnny Depp. Look, he's a very talented man. He's a talented artist. He's a talented actor. I don't think anybody's going to argue that, me included, right? I'm not rushing out to see his movies because he's in them. That's not me. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not against him. But that's also how I am in general. I'm not really a fan. To me, where does the term fan come from? Fanatic. I'm not a fanatic of most anybody, right? But also, like, celebrity. Where does that word come from? Celeb. Celebrated. These are people we've chosen to celebrate. But why, right? So I'm always I'm a Gemini. I look at the root of the root of a thing, and I look at the literal meanings of stuff, right? Which can be a bit difficult because then sometimes I can get a little too into semantics, like if I'm arguing with people and stuff. But that's what I like to do. And when I look at this, well, I pledged this. So to me, keeping Rottenborn and getting rid of Elaine, it looks like a slap in the face to Elaine. And the other thing is, this would all indicate that these lawyers are still being paid by Travelers Insurance Group. And this is what I was saying. So when it comes to the fanatic and the celeb thing, right? They want to look at all of us as fanatics. But many of us just saw the situation where, like, Amber was lying. And that's not nice to do to Johnny. It doesn't mean we're fanatics. But they're trying to paint us all that way. And you got to think. So either Travelers Insurance is still paying, or there's big other money. Is it the ACLU? Is it Daddy Musk, Who is actually paying for all of this and why? And you have to think she's got so many big players in her back pocket that really want to paint her as this ultimate victim. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the media trying to act like they are morally superior or that they're moral at all. These are the same people that say nothing when how many Native American women and children go missing every single year. You want to act like you're for women now? Sit down. Sit down, shut up. You know, I try to explain this when it comes to the younger generation on Twitter. A lot of them there's a lot of clips from like, America's Next Top Model that keep coming out and how toxic things were, and they're all really angry at Tyra Banks. You know what's sad? Back then, Tyra was a trailblazer for body positivity. She was. Now, I'm not defending anything that happened on America's the Top Model, whatever it is. I rarely watch those shows. But what they don't understand is it's like, don't necessarily get super mad at Tyra. That was every reality show back then. That was everything back then. It was all of it. And why was that? Because the media brainwashed us all that this was acceptable and this is how things are supposed to be and this is how we're supposed to be treated. That's what the media did to us. So this same media is now trying to act like they're for women when they say nothing about women and children who are still enslaved, and then people, because that's not just women and children, it's all people who are still enslaved, sold, still happens. They say nothing. And in fact, those same people are paying for Amber Heard to get this verdict thrown out. Why? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It doesn't smell right. It just doesn't smell right to me. And if it doesn't smell right, I'm not going to trust it. So I am curious, what do you think? Do you think Elaine is getting sued? Was this a slap in the face to Elaine? Do you think Elaine's going to start talking? Do you think Amber's going to start doing stuff to Elaine? Where is this going? How stupid does this get? I want to know. Sound off in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Everything helps, and I just greatly appreciate y'all. All right, guys, take care. Lots of love, lots of blessings. And as always, until the next video, I'm giving everybody hugs. Mwah, kisses, stay safe. And your girl, we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.